G'day guys, Mac with the Outer Circle, and let's talk Heresy Thursdays. Now, I have a couple of different approaches I can take with this video. I can go on about how I'm unimpressed with the continuous feeding of vehicles in 30k to the player, which I think is of zero benefit to anyone at this point, because, well, vehicles suck in this edition, plus you don't use a lot of them in your army, and obviously you need a lot of infantry. I can go down that road, I can talk for 20 minutes on the matter. We're not going to. I can also point out the fact that both the vehicles previewed in here happen to be a Sons of Horus and an Imperial Fist version of the Vindicator. Shock horror, they only know those two fucking legions exist. Because of course. No, we're not going down that route either. Are the kits nice? Sure. But my question to you on that front is, do you expect anything less? Do you, as the paying customer, expect a kit like this to come out and be met with a review which says, this is awful, this kit looks horrible, this kit looks awful to build, whatever it might be? No, you're not going to get that. The only types of review you're going to get on these is people being unhappy with it, like myself, for the stated reasons, or people who want to just simp praise onto them. We are not going down that road. I am aware it exists, believe me. You're aware it exists, obviously. We're going elsewhere, and where we're going in this episode is I want to talk to you about the kits they should bring out, when and why. And this is really directed at the company more than you, the person listening to the video. But hey, maybe you have a friend who works there, and maybe you want to let them know. So, first things first, obviously the Legion Assault Squad. These miniatures should be moulded so the front torso is a separate part, unlike on the plastic Tactical Marines we just got, where the torso front is attached to the hips. This is a problem currently because if you have some sort of chest changes between units, so for example going to Assault Marines have a harness across the chest. Therefore, you can't use the existing plastic Space Marines front halves. It looks a little bit weird because they don't have these straps to hold the pack on, one might say. So, what they should do is, if they make an assault squad, make it so that the front chest is not a single piece moulding with the legs. It's really not hard for them to do with the moulding technology they have available. In addition to that, the kit should also contain all of the standard war gear for close combat, so chainswords and bolt pistols for the entire unit, but also special weapons and heavy chainswords for the 1 in 5 that is in there, not just the bare minimum of say 2 power weapons for the squad sergeant like we got with the Tactical Marines, where it's power fist, lightning claw fingers, or power sword, no other options. Don't want to be seeing that. If you're giving us 10 options in the book, provide us 10 options in the sprue, don't try and sell it to us later. Do not sell us the solution to the problems your company creates. Second thing, upgrade set, and we're going to name these upgrade sets, I'm going to come up with this in this video, by number to keep it easy. Upgrade set 1, additional special weapons for Assault Marines, which will include 10 by combat shields, as well as things like your power axes and power weapons for your 1 in 5 models, additional flamers, melter guns, whatever it might be, needs to all come in a nice upgrade set. This will of course be a 10-man upgrade set, not like the despoilers that, well, landed like a wet fart last week. Upgrade set number 2. This will be another plastic upgrade set with destroyer chests. So that's why I brought it up, that the back of the torso should be moulded to the hips, so that the front of the torso can be destroyer chest plates, which are different. They're more up-armoured like Mark III. So destroyer chest, destroyer heads, and an extra pistol arm, Rad missile launcher, or Rad missile launchers by 2, because this should be a 10-man set. Really got to stress that. Upgrade set number 3, a Legion Breacher upgrade set. This will contain 10 boarding shields, 10 helmets, 1 breaching charge, 2 flamers, 2 melter guns, 2 las cutters, 2 graviton guns and be specifically designed to go with Mark III power armor in plastic, not more Mark VI. Really want to stress this point. We have Mark III, it's in plastic, it's very easy to upgrade Mark III to suit boarding shields. Just do it, stop trying to feed us beakies for everything. Not everyone loves beakies. Upgrade set number 5, Legion Seekers. So this upgrade set should be designed to suit the basic tactical squad. And I'm happy to have them all suit the Mark VI in this instance, but I think they need to do something different with the helmets to make them really stand out, something more akin to what they did with the Legion Headhunters. This set should also contain a bunch of combi weapons and special weapons. Upgrade set number 6. It's a Recon Squad upgrade set. This should be like the aforementioned Legion Seekers, so heads as well as cloaks, perhaps some sort of just little small piece you can attach to the backpacks to make the backpacks a little bit more, like stealth nacelles or something like that. Maybe some sort of like comms pack that can go onto them for a special Nuncio Vox, as well as Nemesis weapons and shotguns. Alright, now for a new kit. The Space Marines deserve a Veteran/Command Squad kit. It will contain 5 models, which are similar to the Deathwing Terminators in 40k in that the set has multiple build options which dramatically change the unit. So you'll have, for example, a banner, you'll have special weapons. These models, however, won't be Terminators, they'll all be in power armor. I would like to see a Terminator one down the line, but all in power armor, and it should be made more stylish than the stock armor types, and I would prefer it in Mark II or Mark IV to have this Command Squad/Veteran Squad. Next up on the new kits, Mechanicum. Now I have 3 particular kits in mind for the Mechanicum. I think the 40k plastic Magos is perfectly acceptable as a starting point for the Horus Heresy, so a custom Mechanicum HQ can be delayed a little bit. However, Mechanicum deserve Thalax in a 3-model plastic kit with all appropriate special weapons and heavy chain blades. There should be no having to purchase a separate kit later on. Again, stop selling us the solution to the problems the company creates in molding too few parts into these box sets. The next kit I would like to see is a Myrmidon. Now, this is another multi-build set, like the Command Squad for the Legion. It will contain 3 models, and if you want to think about what it would look like, imagine the Space Marine Centurions in 40k, but actually looking nice. So you'll have 2 different build types in there. Ranged version and a close combat version. And again, all relevant special weapon types. None of this, you get 1 conversion beamer, you get 1 multi-melter, you get 1 Volkite Culverin, you get 1 IRAD cleanser. No. Enough parts that all 3 models can be identically equipped within the squad. Third Mechanicum kit, 10 model Tech Thrall kit, and I say 10 models because Games Workshop is unlikely to do a 20 model kit, which also includes all weapon types, so Lasloks, Mitraloks, that sort of thing, heavy chain blades. This is the kit that should be delivered on for the Mechanicum. These 3 turn the Mechanicum from a niche army into an army that many more people can collect, and therefore many more people can get into something that's not just the legions in this game. Now the Legio Custodes, there are actually 2 things I would like to see done for them. The first is getting the Aquilon Terminators into plastic. People would like to have them in 40k, I'm sure, and having them in plastic for 30k is going to help add a bit more visual variety. Right now they are very expensive Forge World miniatures. Upgrade set number 7 today is going to be a Sagittarium upgrade set. I want to see this in plastic. Again, people don't want to have to go to Forge World to buy a Sagittarium upgrade set, especially with brittle Forge World little spikes and such on top of the helmets. Let's get away from that. So Sagittarium in plastic as an upgrade set for the standard Custodians plastic sprue. Now, to finish out today's episode, 4 new plastic kits, and this is a bigger release. Solar Auxilia. Obviously a Command Squad, Las Rifle Tercio, Valataris, and the Valataris, importantly, has to be a multi-build kit. Give it Volkites and give it Axes. Don't make us buy the Axes or the Volkites as a separate set later on down the line. Again, I want to get away from this selling us the solution to problems that Games Workshop creates, because I'm really getting sick of seeing upgrade sets released when they could have just been in the base box. It's understandable for something like turning Tactical Marines into Breaches, because that would be an awful lot of extra stuff to fit into one box, because it's extra heads, it's extra shields, maybe there is extra weapons, let's be honest. Whereas something like Valtaris, there are two ways to build Valtaris. With Volkites, with Axes. So put them both in the same box. Okay, it's 10 Axes or it's 10 guns. That's not blowing the bank. Okay? And lastly, a plastic Dracosan should be included in the Solar Auxilia plastics, so that they actually have something to hop into. They love making vehicles, if you haven't fucking got that idea yet from having seen all the vehicles they've released so far. So let's bring that out, and with that range of plastics, we are going to change the way the Heresy is currently played. Because right now, the game is Tactical Marines in Mark 6 power armor, everything else is out of stock, and you'll see a bunch of these new vehicles, and that's about it. And that's not really right. It's soft killing the system currently, and I don't like it. I don't like it because I want to see variety. I want to see people actually exploring the different build options available to their legions, and I don't want to see them being hamstrung. The price is so prohibitive right now of buying Forge World upgrade parts. Like, if you wanted to buy a set of Space Marines of the new Mark 6 models, and you wanted to give them Legion appropriate upgrades, so say torsos, helmets, maybe shoulder pads in resin, as well as the new despoiler arms, you'll be paying as much for a single 20-man squad of despoilers as for the entire new starter set for this game. In fact, it would be costing more money than that, and that to me is an absolutely ridiculous proposition. We shouldn't be finding ourselves in that situation. And the company released, in my honest opinion, the Despoilers resin upgrades the way they did because of the backlash on social media to the constant vehicles. And I think it really shows, because we see a lot of that backlash, no matter what the mods do to try and get rid of it, no matter what the soy boys who will buy anything from the company because they have just no willpower and no ability to resist, no matter what they say in the comments, you see an awful lot of people in there saying, hey, Vindicators suck anyway, and also I can't field my Blood Angels Assault Company because I don't have any way of buying Assault Marines unless I want to buy 5-man squads in resin from Forge World. And they cost an arm and a leg. And I think that's a perfectly valid criticism. So, to those of you at home watching right now, I know it's a bit salty, but, well, I don't even feel it's salty. It's the truth. The truth can't be salty. It's objective what it is, right? And there is a real need right now in the game for certain units, and I've listed them here today, I feel. Now, what you think we might need may be a bit different to me, and I'm curious about that. So please write in the comments below what equipment you think, what units you think we need to be introduced to make the Horus Heresy more friendly. It might be you're a Mechanicum player and you think that, hey, Mechanicum is somewhere where vehicles could be introduced. So maybe the Krios, both the Venator and the regular Krios battle tanks in plastic. And you know what? I'd probably be all for that as well. That might be an option. You also might be an absolute madman and say, you know what, we need the Solar Auxilia's super heavy tank, Stormhammer or whatever it's called, Banehammer, I forget, there's so many of those different Storm, Bane, Thunder, Chlamydia, whatever versions of tanks out there, but you might say you really need those in plastic. Go for gold. That's what the comments is for. I'm Mac with the Outer Circle. Thank you all for watching. About 26 hours, no, it'd be a bit more than that, probably around 30 hours after this video actually releases, we'll be doing a live stream and going through all of the tanks available to the Legionnaires Astartes in debate format and ranking them. So that live stream is coming on Saturday night Australia time, about 10 PM here, That'll be quite early in the morning in America and sometime in the day for those in the UK. So feel free to tune into that if you're curious, because we're actually going to go through, talk about some of the problems of the vehicles and rank them, and the list is long and distinguished. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'm going to leave you all in peace, and I'll see you all in the next episode.